across the Hastings Bridge we're finishing. The dark blue is what we have existing. Light blue is the state backbone. The green, Highway 42, we've got planned for this year. And then red, we've been working with the northern cities to make connections up there. What we've been doing is putting in conduit, 2 conduits, and putting fiber optic cable inside of the conduit.
I love visual.
That's what it is. What we've done out here by the Law Enforcement Center is dig a trench along 4th Street, and then this has 9-foot sections to screw together that pierce and go into the building by the jail, that brings internet into the building, and then down here we have also connection in. Here, over here, at where I mentioned coming in across, from the jail, over the library, we have other connections, and they use this to plow in the fiber.
As I flip this slide for Dave and interrupted, I think those slides are included to give you a sense of, again, how these construction techniques can impact county rights of way. And they can be somewhat intrusive, although rarely in pavement. The pavement effect, the trenches are a little bit more intrusive than the trenches that they showed.
Here is page 15 of the State Broadband Task Force. Did a report for broadband in the counties and the percentages. It's very hard to see, so this next slide I enlarged just this one area. Right now, Dakota County is at 64.18% of non-mobile, so non-wireless connections. Carver County got a federal grant, Dakota got a federal grant, and some of the other counties have done a lot on their own. So we're falling quite far behind a lot of the other counties. That isn't institutional, isn't public sites like our libraries and our buildings. We've got 450 locations in the county of those connected up. These are homes and businesses that are connected up.
If you would have broken that down to the developed areas and the more rural areas, would we see a better, more competitive percentage? I mean, if I
Yes.
was looking at the, Burnsville and Egan and Apple Valley and West St. Paul, would I see a more close percentage to the rest of the cities?
Yes, Chairman Gaylord, the northern area of Dakota County, the Burnsvilles, the Egans, the West St. Pauls, they have a lot of Comcast and Charter and the different companies. We're rural Dakota County right now. We applied for a broadband grant that we did not receive. We found out about yesterday for rural that they did more of the
So
northern
part of
part.
that percentage difference is that we've got a large area of households that don't have that availability.
Commissioner Gaylord,
But
as
it's
an
geographic, it's not.
it's geographic of the rural parts of the county that are spread out, and the businesses that are spread out in the lower areas.
Madam Chair, Mark Alpers and I were looking at this statistic, and we're really quite taken with it. I think it's quite significant because the phenomena that you highlighted is certainly true, but also true in some of the other counties that we would compare ourselves to. They have similar urban-rural mixes, so I still think it's rather straight.
Madam Chair, Commissioner Gerlach had federal grants, and we were fairly early in linking all the public facilities with fiber. And as such, we were not enabled to apply for federal grant, whereas other people like Carver County, which hadn't done that, were available for grants. So basically, coming to the schools.
But isn't there a federal initiative to get broadband out into the rural areas?
Not with sending checks to us.
I think we were misled, if I could use that inflammatory word, during the ERA process, and encouraged, or not encouraged at all, to apply while some of our colleagues, and actually in the metro area, applied and received very large amounts of money. But water.
That's
We alluded to a little bit of this before as to why fiber is so important. And nothing in the world of technology is ever obsolescence proof, if I can use that word. Fiber comes as close to it as anything I have seen. That is true because of its ability to have its capacity expanded without replacing it. That relates to using different colors, going down the fiber, and a lot of other technologies that I don't understand. Suffice to say that you can put different senders and receivers at the end of the fiber to vastly increase its capacity.
Color of the wire.
They send different colors of the light spectrum down the fiber optic. And how far they can
Not the color
fractionate
of
that.
the wire.
So it's all clear, plastic as it were. But you can actually fractionate the spectrum and send different colors down there to a degree that no one is even sure how much yet. So the capacity of fiber is extremely high, which makes it very attractive for increasing our capacity. How long does it last? No one's really sure about that, but there is fiber that was laid in the ground in the 1970s that is still fully functional. So certainly more than 30 years, and because this is relatively new technology, we don't know for sure. That ability to expand capacity is critical as we think about serving the growing demand for businesses and residents, and that demand seems to just surprise us each and every year, with more than 25% in bandwidth need growth each year. That supplies not just the internet, but also some stuff that we sort of take for granted, like advanced video and multimedia stuff, HD video conferencing, working from home, you name it. And the big one in the last couple years has been digital television and streaming videos. And just a little nugget for you, on any given evening, somewhere between 60 and 70% of the internet capacity of the country is taken up by Netflix. And that's not getting less, that's getting more. So I think the need is real. How can we be a part of that? Of course, it's what this is all about.
And we're also getting more and more inquiry on equipment. Equipment used to not be necessarily needed, didn't need an internet connection. But now it does. You're monitoring and tuning equipment from remote locations. And then, most of you probably realize I'm on the school board here too. We're doing a flipped classroom. And, got a few classes that are going really well. My son was doing a course. And so really when they go into class, they're doing their homework with the teachers, assistants there. But they're watching lecture when they go home at night. And then the teacher will log in a certain time too to answer any questions they have really specific to the lecture. But so they're taking advantage of the teacher for homework during the day and then listening to a lecture at night. While, District 200 is, it's the urban, it's Hastings and then the surrounding community. So if you're out there in New Trier and Eastville and Randolph Township, Marshall Township, it's become a kind of have and have not school district. That's not necessarily your guys' problem, but we're hearing the need for sure, whether you're in the home business, school kids. Our county fiber network, we've been putting more and more in each year. We've got a lot of 2014 projects in the ground, some that are still being carried over. And we've had partnerships with HIES, the Education Consortium, Hiawatha Broadband, Jaguar Communications, Rice County, Homestead County, Goodhue County, really all the counties in the metro. We had projects like each year, all the cities. So we've got kind of all these partnership agreements, and we're revisiting those with assistance from the attorney's office to really bring some standards to those agreements. As we mentioned, we had got turned down for grant requests. Really, all the metro areas at this time were turned down. Our request had kind of philosophically was really truly INET stuff that we would be doing. There's kind of an indirect implication in the grant that, boy, if we were digging that trench, we'd probably call partners as we normally do to see who else wants in the project. But I think the people who got the money were people that were telecoms got the money, outstate got the money, and people that were saying, yeah, we're going to put fiber right up to these right
residences or these business district, where we're mostly focused on the infrastructure of the INET and the proposal. So it gives us some things to think about for the next time.
We're still doing things current to our ongoing approach. The Dig Once philosophy is alive and well, and Dave is being visited by reporters from the West Coast along with articles about it. We're still being very opportunistic. Anywhere we see someone digging, we're making phone calls, trying to see if there's an opportunity for collaboration and cost sharing. Our challenges have been mostly around our capacity to manage that many projects. And then the complexity of working with all these partners. So in a sense, our philosophy is we're very good for sharing costs and bringing in partners and being opportunistic. All those things kind of increase its complexity. It'd be easier for me to just say, okay, we're going to run fiber down every major roadway and give you the money to go do it. And then don't worry about partners or cost sharing. But